Hi everyone, my name is Guy Sergi. I'm a Waltham resident. I'm here with Diane LeBlanc, candidate for Councilor at Large here in Waltham. Diane, you kicked off your campaign mid-June with an event at the American Legion here in Waltham. And I was a Diane LeBlanc supporter before then, but after being there that night, I'm even more committed because I saw the folks and I heard the stories from the folks there about how you helped them and how you connected with them during your first term.
You know, thank you. And I want to thank you and your family for being there and all your support. It was a fun night. We had about 250 people join us. Our entertainment for the night was Dan Clark, who many people know as the singing trooper. Mm-hmm. Dan and I have known each other for years, and he also served as our MC.
He did a phenomenal job. You know, the night was a great night to remember. And I think it's a great way to start by showing the folks at home some of the clips from that kickoff event, which includes C.J. Curtin lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, Dan's introduction, and some of your remarks as well.
Great idea.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. You know, you hear a lot of people say this, but it does give me the greatest pleasure to introduce your guest of honor. You know, Diane has worked at the National Archives for 33 years, where she's demonstrated a record. That's okay, go ahead. 33 years. She's demonstrated a record of effective management, promoting change, and achieving results. She started as a student trainee and worked her way up, and now, regional administrator. She has a master's of public administration with a concentration in budget and finance, and years of experience managing and delivery of services, public facilities, and a multifaceted, multi-million-dollar budget. Diane is also recognized as a leader in our federal community, where she currently serves as the vice chair of the Greater Boston Federal Executive Board, an organization that represents over 30,000 employees and brings over 100 agency offices together to enhance government efficiencies and work on common issues. She has led the federal community as the chair or vice chair of this distinguished board for 16 years as of this October. It will be her 8th term as chair of this organization, and she has this distinction that no other federal official has earned in the board's 50-year anniversary. As a leader of this federal community, she has worked to promote good government and to grow programs that encourage public service careers and recognize and reward the accomplishments of exceptional government employees. In fact, it is through these programs that I first met Diane when I was a sergeant with the Massachusetts State Police. Diane has also been an active in the Waltham community, as you know, for many, many years, serving on several boards, including Our Lady's Parish Council, the Northeast Elementary School Council, and the YMCA Board of Directors. She has a reputation for being a strong advocate for our nation's veterans and their families, and for promoting the city's great history. She has provided leadership on the Vietnam Moving Memorial Wall Committee, the Circle of Remembrance Annual Program Committee, and the historic Waltham Committee. Diane has been named Distinguished Public Administrator of the Year and Distinguished Federal Executive of the Year. She was elected to her first term as your counselor at large here in November of 2009, and with your help, she will continue in that office coming this November. Here she is, the one and only, Diane LeBlanc.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. It was just about a year and a half ago that I began serving you and our city as Counselor at Large, a true privilege for which I remain very grateful. I know that I would not have been elected without your help, and I am honored by your continued support and your presence here tonight. As a new counselor, I'm often asked, do you love being a city councilor? Honestly, I don't love the politics. But I do love the city of Waltham and serving the people of Waltham. I remain committed to the platform that you elected me on, city government that is accessible, accountable, and that works for the people. I have made myself accessible by participating in community events, neighborhood meetings, and by checking in with constituents around the city. I have been responsive to everyone who has asked for my help. I welcome your suggestions for what I should be working on, and you're letting me know where you stand on the issues that come before the City Council. I am always available to answer your questions and to provide insight into my decision-making and my vote on any issue. I have enjoyed my council assignments on the Long-Term Debt Committee, the Public Works Committee, and the Veteran Services Committee. I also took on 2 new assignments outside of the council because of their importance to our city's future. In connection with the federal 2010 census, I served as vice chair of our city's Complete Count Committee and was instrumental in forming a committee that was truly representative of our community. I also volunteered to work with the Waltham Public Schools to create their first bullying prevention plan. I remain devoted to our nation's veterans and our active duty military, and was honored to be recognized by the American Legion and the VFW this past year. 2 experiences which I had early on in my term, but which I will never forget, are standing side by side with the residents of Fernald School and their family members to protest its closing, and watching our mayor, Jeanette McCarthy, in action as she tended to the needs of those displaced by the March 2010 floods, and being able to assist at the emergency shelter as part of the caravan to transport those displaced to a local hotel. I have enjoyed making friends with the residents of Winchester Crane, Beaver Brook, Pine Street, The Mill, St. Mary's, and members of Latinos in Action, and many others across the city that I never would have had the privilege of coming to know if not for this awesome assignment. I have enjoyed participating in the special events which bring our community together. Parades to kick off baseball season, Waltham Day, our international fair, and ceremonies to honor our nation's veterans. Before I close, I want to acknowledge my family that is here with me tonight, all up here at the head table. First and foremost, my mother, Ellie LeBlanc. My sisters, Janet and Linda. The rest of the family, Paul, Lexi, Paul, Christian, Paul, and Stephanie.